Hey guys, so last time I said we were going to do this live, I showed up a little bit late. It's now 8:22. Buster is now startled because I started talking. I've had a busy day. Went and got the voting done, whoop-de-whoop. But that's getting away from the point. Tonight we are talking Real Housewives of Potomac, Season 5, Episode 12, I believe. I don't remember the name of the title. I did go and get food. I went to Wingstop. And I stopped and got candy on the way. But I got boneless wings and some fries. Anyways, I'm about to dig into the wings the fries before. Oh, I didn't get napkins. I'm home. It's fine. So I think I'm going to just jump around. It's really hard for me to go from scene to scene sometimes. But I think Hi, Miss Lady. I know how I feel about the charges on Monique. I don't know how I feel. Same. Hey, LaTanya. Hey, Chandra. Nice to see you guys. I'm already there, Miss Lady. Like, we're going to get into it, right? So I believe the show opened. We're with Wendy and her family, and they're thinking about doing a sip and see for her baby girl. And, my dog, I hope you guys don't hear him, because he doesn't do this when it's just me and him. When I want to start talking to people, he wants to huff and puff. But getting back to the point, her and her husband are talking about doing a sip and see. They want it big, they want it grandiose, they want it very Nigerian. I'm not sure what we saw was very grandiose. I don't know, we'll get to it. But this kind of leads them into a conversation about where he is with, his family. Like, his mom is kind of shut him out of not shut him out. His kids are like 8 or 10 years old. Their kids, excuse me. And the mom has had no part to do in that. The reason this conversation between the two of them arises is because I believe he was giving his son a shower or a bath, and he asked, does his dad have a beard like he does? Led him to feel, oh my God, this is so spicy. Led him to feel, I'm sorry, I am a spice weenie, y'all. Led him to feel like his he wanted to reach out to his family. I'm so sorry about that. Wendy encourages it. I think why I don't really gel well with Wendy all that much just yet. And it's because I don't like her edges. Like, I know that sounds so stupid, right? But all the other ladies on the show have like a forehead. And Wendy has her edges come in a lot in the hairstyles that she tried to pull off. Not to say her edges are wrong, but like, give me 1 second, you guys. Dude. Come on. Sorry about that. I had to give him a treat so he'd stop all the madness. But, so, she's supportive of him reaching out, right? So he decides to text his mom the invitation. I want to believe that he called once or twice and she didn't pick up, and then he left the text message. Because if we haven't talked in a lot of years, and you text me an invitation or something, I'm not sure I'm gonna show up. And his mom seems all kind of prideful and like she's not putting up with that, right? Just from the stories they've told us. All in all, I can kind of leave or take Wendy. This episode was very heavy Wendy centric. Wasn't my favorite episode. I don't know if it's like she brings the drama, but then it's unnecessary or it's too much. But I do believe it's authentic to her. I just don't feel like she's gelling well. We still got some more season to go. Oh my God, I don't like her edges either. They look like burns. Okay. I'm not alone in that. So that happens, and I believe we cut over to Ray and Karen. You know, they're setting up for Halloween, which I think is really cool. I honestly like this setup better than the old setup. I like when the show kind of falls in line with real life, even though it happened a year ago. But they're setting up for Halloween, and they're getting ready to go on a walk. And Karen is telling Ray how much fun Surrey was at Surrey County, Virginia, and how she loved it, and how that's a part of who she is, and that is her. And, you know, then she started talking about the disconnect that they were having. She said the disconnect we are having in this relationship with all her newfound success, right? Ray goes on to tell her, you know, you have let the fame and fortune go to your head. Because, okay, he said everything we worked hard for, right? Karen said, we. Ray was like, yes, we. Karen, you individually, I'm acting like I'm speaking directly to Karen. She has put in the work behind the perfume line. I don't believe Ray had anything to do with that. That's all Karen, right? Karen probably got in contact with the producers, or the producers reached out to Karen for her to be on The Real Housewives of Potomac. All Karen, right? But for all of that to happen, she had to have been a housewife at some point in time. I don't think it's egregious for him to say, show me some attention. Like, realistically, I hope he's not thinking he's going to get the same level of attention that he got before or anything like that. But like little steps, you know, to show him you care, Karen, because you want to be doted over, but you don't want to share in the accomplishment. I feel like, okay, here's what I'm saying. Feel like if the shoe was on the reverse, right? If Ray were at some award meeting or award show or whatever field he worked in, and he was receiving a award, and he won and he went up to the stage, we would expect him to have like mentioned Karen in the thank you speech, you know? So why isn't it possible for her to share that kind of like thank you with Ray? I don't know. I think they'll be fine. I hope they'll be fine. People think it's about the age. If Ray's going to retire, he's going to retire. I don't think it's going to affect anything with him and Karen, you know? Moving on from there, another marriage in shambles, Ashley and Michael's. They go meet with a therapist, and I feel like Ashley has to find some better vocabulary, or she has to just learn how to call a thing a thing. She'll call it the thing under it to kind of lessen the sting for Michael. Like, Michael cheated, but Ashley would say, you know, Michael had an indiscretion. And I feel like an indiscretion is cheating on a diet, right? Like, Oh, I said today was going to be a no dairy day, but I had a whole bar of chocolate. That's an indiscretion. He cheated. But she continues to say he had an indiscretion. And then Michael still feels like Ashley has changed since she had the baby. Ashley goes hard. She's very adamant. No, I've changed. Which, yeah, she's changed. And she has changed since she had the baby. They're both right. She just wants to say, like, it's not because I had the baby, I don't want to do it anymore, right? Which could be very much so true. But I believe if Dean wasn't here, they'd still be doing it. You know? So, I don't know. And then what made me really uncomfortable was like, Michael was so quick to jump and blame his dad during that therapy meeting. I don't know if it was editing, how long they were sitting in there, but I felt like the therapist really didn't even get the question out fully to him before he was like, my dad. You know, I just feel like, and it's like, Michael, you're like 78, right? Your dad's probably like not even here anymore. Why would you? I guess seek therapy at any age. I would feel like one would have worked through those things when they are up in their ages. Yes, motherhood has changed. Yeah, motherhood hasn't changed Ashley all the way around. We're gonna get there because Ashley bothered me a little bit this episode. But I don't know, that therapy meeting, it felt like damage control because Ashley, like, no, they don't want to call it what it is. They don't want to, like, I don't know. Like, from what it seemed, Michael's going to still do Michael. He's like, you know, the baby's here now. You know, she don't want to do this no more. But, like, he still wants to do it. I don't know. What happened after that? This was like really not that eventful of an episode. I think Candace went to press the charges on Monique, right? Do I feel like Monique should have had charges pressed on her? Yes, I do. Right? Do I feel like those charges should have been serious? No. I think Candace is taking these charges too seriously. Like, we'll get there, right? But she goes to press the charges. She's on the phone with her mom. We see her mom be like very supportive. Michael is going to do it again. Yes, absolutely, SB. We see Candace going to press the charges. She's like, she's driving in the car. She's talking to her mom. Her mom's being super supportive. And then, I mean, she goes to the courthouse. She looks fantastic. Candace knows how to dress. I love the little things Candace put on. I agree with Ashley's perspective on Candace. No, Miss Lady, that's where I'm going to have to disagree with you. Okay. What perspective is that? Is that the perspective in the confessionals or her perspective from being at the table when everybody was talking about the charges and being pressed? Because my dog is really having a fit. Shaking my head, it's just sad. Right. So she goes to the courthouse. She looks amazing. After the courthouse, she goes to meet with Cliffy because all the housewives, especially the black ones, got to have a gay bestie, right? Following in the great footsteps of all the girls from Atlanta. I mean, we know Lawrence and Derek J because they were Atlanta housewives, best friends, or hairstylists. You know what I'm saying? So her saying Candace stays on everyone and now she wants to be Okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there. I want to keep that comment in mind. But she goes and she talks with him, and she lets him know that she's got like post-its all around the house saying you're gonna be okay. The situation has traumatized her. Um, but in the same breath, to agree with you, Miss Lady, in the same breath, Candace will say that she is not the victim. I'm not the victim. Don't make me the victim, right? But she will show you all the symptoms of a victim. So, like, verbally, Candace is saying she's not a victim, but she is. Her friend Cliffy, he asks, "How far would you like this to go?" Right? She says, "I want this to the full extent of the law." Right? Charges pressed to the full, something along the lines of that. So, to the full extent of the law, like, I thought that was a bit much, Candace, and I thought it was a bit much the second time she said it later on at the sip and see. Like, I would have respected out of somebody who's not the victim to be like, "Oh, I just want to scare her a little bit, you know, scare her enough for her to come talk to me, right?" I found out today that the time that had passed from the fight to the pressing of the charges, a week had passed. Um, in that case, it might be a little too soon to be looking for an apology. A week, but it's too much time that have. No, I feel like within that week, you had it within you to press charges, right? And what a hellish week it sounded like when Ashley said, "I have a millionaire husband," and Candace said, "For now, I can't with her." Yeah, I didn't like that. I didn't. That's what blows me with Candace is those unnecessary remarks. Like she has to be the shady one, and she hasn't learned everything doesn't require a response yet. That's a skill that she is growing. She has matured. She's not all the way there yet. You know what I'm saying? Like, but yeah, we're jumping all over the place. Okay, so Cliffy asks, "Oh, full extent of the law." She says she's not a victim, right? But she's got the post-its everywhere. I understand that little motivation. You're okay. You know, she's being bullied online. It's not a fun experience for Candace. So I get that. And then not only that, within the same week to hear Monique not be. Why do you say that, Amber? You say Karen is so messy, in my opinion. Why do you say that? I don't. We'll get there. We're gonna get there. So like full extent of the law, blah blah blah. Notes. But I respect her getting up and walking away. Me as well, Miss Lady. I feel like the girls want to see Monique get a beating, not a physical one. They want to see her get punished, you know, and whatever amount of punishment, like at the table, we're just going to jump there. At the table, when Giselle and Robin was like, "Yeah, but we don't want her to go to jail." And Candace was like, "We don't." Unnecessary remark, Candace. But within the week's time, why not? We don't want to see her go to jail. We really don't. Not over something like this. Like something that could have easily been communicated, right? Karen is tiptoeing the line because she's friends with both of the ladies. So I understand and I respect her position. But the ladies, like I said, want to see Monique get a spanking. They want to see some repercussion. So you will see next episode, possibly. But they want to see like her be shut out. You know, sometimes you have to be shut out for a few hours before the group will let you back in. It's not right, but it's enough of a cold shoulder for you to have time to think about yourself think about what you've done, come back to the group, apologize to the person, and then to the group. You know what I'm saying? But Monique went to the group not remorseful. She's like, and I like Monique. I missed her in this episode. We did not see any of her in this episode, which shocked me. And if we did, I missed her. But her getting up and walking away. Buster, I'm so sorry. Her getting up and walking away. He literally starts huffing it every time I start talking. Her getting up and walking away was a sign of respect, right? Because, like, if they said anything at the table about Monique in that moment, she couldn't bear witness to it, right? So Candace had the right to feel the way that she did, especially with Karen's words like, I would have pressed charges. Now the girl has pressed charges. So Karen's trying to keep her hands clean. Right. If she talked to Monique on the phone and Monique said, so what did they say? She was like, well, they brought up the charges, but then I got up and got a glass of water or something like that. Karen's not trying to be the bone collector. And we don't like bone collectors on these shows, right? We don't like Giselle. I like Giselle. She's just messy. Giselle is messy. Oh, at that same table, Ashley decided to have an opinion about what happened. I thought she was completely out of line. You weren't there. You were in the bathroom. The glimpses of what you did see still don't equal up to what happened. You know, she was very truthful and honest in her assessment of Candace. When she said, Candace can be a little all up in your face. You've gotten aggressive with me, Ashley. It's not about you. I don't care how aggressive I got with you. It's not about you. You know? I'm feeling not victim over here. Okay? I'm strong in my not victimness, but I'm the victim. So, I'm sorry. So, my dog is a huge distraction right now. And I feel like if I give him some of this meat, he's going to like nut up more, and I don't want to yell on camera. Buster, please be quiet. Please. So and another thing that made me kind of a little uncomfortable is how Chris was like telling Candace to shut up, right? That may be how they communicate with one another, right? But at a table full of ladies that don't really like her that much, and then, like, you could have been like, be quiet, laid your head on her shoulder, you know, something to kind of like bring her back to center. But all of that, shut up, be quiet, close your mouth, it was a little too much. It felt very abusive. Wendy is not here for Karen. I can't wait until Sunday. She's not. Wendy still feels some kind of way about when Karen wouldn't recognize her in public, out and about, wherever they were. Chris was saying, you already got popped once. Hush. Miss Lady, you're wrong. But to your point, right? Is that dog choking? He's not choking. He's whining. I'm going to let him out. Buster. He always tells her to shut up. It's very disrespectful, like he don't like his own wife. No, I'm sure he loves her. He just don't like her ways. He knows that, like, it's like going to a restaurant with a friend you know always is going to want free stuff, right? You're just always on the ready. You're like, oh, here they go. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Give me a... Buster, we don't bark. We don't bark. Give me a second, you guys. Give me... Sit down. Hush. No. I swear, I am by no means a parent, but raising this dog. Let's see, Buster. I have food out. You okay? We'll see him. I just gave him a denti stick. Raising this dog, it's like raising a child, right? He don't. I came in the house today. This dog didn't give a crap I existed. He's like, "Oh, you're here. It's nice to see you," right? Not until I get into this, he wants to. Candace talks too much. She needs to be told to shut up. Her mouth is reckless. Her mouth is reckless, but I don't think she need to be told to shut up. You know, I feel like shut up is so extreme, right? You can tell somebody to cool it, chill, lower your voice, lower your tone. Straight to shut up, straight to shut. It's way too aggressive. That's the baby out behind us. It's way too aggressive for somebody that you love and care about. I don't even tell my dog to shut up. Well, sometimes. But that doesn't work for her. I don't think Candace is the villain, y'all. I'm going to say this. This episode, I like Candace a little less. I felt like she was really, dogs are like babies. My dog reminds me every day to be careful. Oh. You're going to say hi to the people? Come here. Come here. Come here. No, come here. But Candace's mouth is reckless. In her latest interviews, I haven't really been feeling her that much. Just because, like I said, she'll state that she is not a victim, and then she'll turn around and make the situation worse than what it was. Like, I feel like, okay, pressing to the point of pressing charges, that was a great scare tactic to get Monique to come to you and talk to you. But after that, when you like want it to fully be, hey, sir, I told you, this dog don't give a crap about me. He smelt them wings out here. And he keeps following the bag. Yeah, she is, LOL. Did you hear her slick mouth when she was talking to Ashley? She cuts deep, and there was no need for that. There was no need for, well, okay. I'm going to tell you where Candace was coming from with the, is she paying YouTube, right? A lot of bloggers were leaking the fight before the story was coming out, right? So, all of these different bloggers, stop, come here, sit down. Okay, thank you. Sit down. Do you want to go to your house? Do you want to go to your house? Thank you. She didn't necessarily need to say the "is she paying you" line, right? But a lot of bloggers were leaking the story. For some reason, people believe that these bloggers are being paid by Monique, right? And no, she is probably not giving them hand over fist, but I'm pretty sure that she is the biggest name on most of their channels and the most viewed video, right? Probably pushing them over into, probably pushing their like, probably, like, Buster is cracking me up. No, it's not. It's not cute, y'all. Don't encourage this. Candace is spoiled brat, and since Giselle and Robin took her under their wing, she's really feeling her oats. Well, I meant the comment about Ashley not being married for long. Okay, yeah, that was unnecessary. The not for long thing. Let Ashley tell that she's ready to pack her bags and go at any moment, right? Do you think that's a tough front she's putting on for us? Like, do you think she's like, I will just up and leave my man? I don't believe Ashley will just up and pack her bags like that. Not when she's pregnant with the second one anyway. You know what I'm saying? Like, sounds like you have kids in there, and it's one dog. It's one. Y'all wanted to see him. So, hi, Buster Rhymes. Oh, no, he's Buster Wines, because he wines a lot. But thank you guys for saying hi to Buster. It means a lot to me. Anyways, we're getting back into this. So her comment was unnecessary. I don't think so. I think she wants him to mess up so she can go with her 2 babies and still get paid. Yeah. I mean, at this point, at the point of the show, in the from what she explained to us through their prenuptial agreement, she has already taken 50%. So, I mean, what more can she get? I'm sure she could get more, but like, Ashley's trying to leave Michael living in nothing but a shoebox when she leaves. She gonna take it all. No. I'd love to believe that she from how she kind of took up for him in that therapy meeting, I believe that she's willing to stick it out for her marriage. I don't think she's over him. She calls it an indiscretion instead of cheating. She says their marriage is unconventional instead of just saying they were swingers or, they like threesomes. And I believe now that she's becoming a mother, she will change when you have kids. Yes, things do change. I'm not feeling holier than thou, Ashley, because like Candace is allowed to feel the way that she feels, right? Is she taking it to a much grander extent than it needs to be? Yes. Ashley taking up for Monique being her friend, yes, but don't check me on hearsay. Just period. I don't either. Like, she got her story from Monique or the blogs. Like, if you can say the last thing I remembered is y'all were yelling, it was the last thing you remembered. So up until the point of where the fight happened, and you ran out, like, what did I miss? What did I miss? Right? And that nice coat, it was a really nice coat. But you ran out saying, what did you miss? You missed a whole lot. You missed a lot to have an opinion on. Buster is quiet. You need to see what it is. No, he's right next to me. He's in his little spot. Let me see your rope. Come here. Give me here. Now I'm bothering him. But But yeah, I feel like Ashley was just she she knew that was gonna set Candace off. Candace has a very short fuse. Okay, what do you spot? Candace has a very short fuse. Anything you say is gonna you're gonna get something snippy, shady out of Candace. You know? And I'm like, oh, it's such a beautiful day. She's gonna be like, is it? You know, like Candace, get out of there. To your spot. Candace, Candace hasn't learned that like every battle isn't worth winning, and there we go. We got them stirred up, you guys. So until she learns that every battle isn't worth winning, she's gonna keep losing wars. You know, like she thought her and Monique were gonna have a battle of wits, and it turned into a battle of fists. She lost that war. She might have won I was reading her down so bad and she had to put her hands on me, right? But she still put her hands on you, and she, by popular opinion, she won. So these ladies are too much, Robin was another thing that happened this episode. Love that chocolate couch. Thank you so much. Robin was another thing. She started a hat business. I won't be purchasing any of Robin's hats. I'm a very simple and clean. Thank you. I'm a very simple and clean hat wearer. I don't want logos. I don't want anything else. It just needs to be a hat. Her hats are definitely embellished. He's got his hand now. Her hats are definitely embellished. And almost to the point where, no, they're cute. They're cute. The boys were playing around in the product as she was talking about her taxes or whatever, which I still don't think for Robin is a big issue. But the boys were playing around in the product, and I didn't think that was a great look for business. Like, you just got a shipment of stuff on that you're supposed to be selling. I guess those could be like the ones you give away. But they're running around and sweating in it, and they're like, they're decent sized boys, so they get musky around that age. And getting their musk all in the sweaters and stuff that you're supposed to be selling. Okay, I know we're not supposed to be talking about kids, but Robin's kids seem like camera hungry to me. And that's not to say all kids aren't, her parents are not feeling one. Hey, Tammy. Her parents, I think they are. I think they're worn out with this whole marriage thing. They're like, what y'all got right now is working. I mean, you ain't get done with the dude yet. So, I mean, to get remarried, who are they doing that for? Probably for the kids. The camera hungry kid? No. But like, I feel like Robin is the only one whose kids, like, maybe she's the only one that have them at that age. Everybody's kids are in, they are too much. Shaking my head. Yeah, like when she was first talking with Wendy at the park, and every time it's her in a okay, this is gonna reveal a little bit of my southernness, right? But every time it's her and another woman talking, and then it happens when their dad's there too. But those kids just pop up. And I was raised probably incorrectly to stay out of grown folks' business. If you see grown folks talking, you need to be over there. He be too over here to be over there. You know what I'm saying? Who throws glasses? Oh no! Oh, thank you, Amber. I don't intentionally try to. But I just Robin's Robin's life isn't bringing the heat, right? And to be completely honest, that fight with Candace and Monique really isn't bringing the heat to me either. Like, now that it's happened, I'm ready for like them on the show to stop talking about it. I'm like, I don't want to get to the reunion. I really hope they speak before the reunion. From what it seems like, Monique and Candace in both their interviews have no desire to sit down face to face to talk to each other. Maybe next filming cycle, we'll get a sit down between the two of them, especially the oldest son. Yes, be all in the mix. Like, and I get it. There are cameras there. He might want to do a cartwheel. Like, Wendy's kids are crazy too. Okay, the little boy pulling his pants down. This is how y'all act when the camera's around. All of their kids are bad, really. but they're kids, so they're supposed to be bad. They're supposed to do things. Monique has some really cute kids that when the cameras are, I think it's just the excitement that the cameras are there. After 5 years, you think even the kids would notice it. Like Giselle kids, they can't stand the cameras. They be like, why are these people coming back in here? They break the fourth wall a lot. And I appreciate Giselle's kids for that, because I guess they're teenagers. They're not caught up in it anymore. Robin's boys really don't listen to her. Not at all. But she's not one of those moms that like enforces listening, She's like, as long as they're not hurting anybody themselves, it's a luxury a lot of moms don't have, where it's just like, oh, they can flip on the sofa because I'm sure she can get a new one. She may not want to, but she can easily replace one, I think we talked about the whole episode, you guys. This live went extremely long. Yes, I was like, he was always pulling his down. That was Wendy's son that did that pulled his pants down. The cameras didn't need to show it either. But like, I'm glad Wendy was like, go help him with his pants. Once again, that boy, he looked old enough to help himself with the pants, right? Maybe not the belt. It looked like it had a buckle and one of the pins in it. Maybe not the belt. But definitely, he knew how to help them pants up. He helped them down. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, thank you all for joining me tonight for this live. I'm going to... Did you talk about... I did. I mentioned how, like... I feel like I don't think Ray is wrong. I can't stand him. You can't stand Ray. I like Ray. Ray's not here for the glitz and glam either. Ray's like, I think Karen want to show the world this like, I love Dora and Angel. Yeah, he is. Because like, I feel like Karen wants to show the world that she has this perfect marriage, right? She's going to come down, kiss Ray, blah, 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 go do her thing. And that's not what it is. So Ray knows there's an issue. He can't pinpoint the issue, but he don't want to fake it with Karen. And he thinks the glitz and glamours went to her head. It's all in the previous video. In the previous part of this video, I'm getting a little loopy. This guy has been on a walk today. We're going to do another walk. And maybe we're going to have a talk. Because all that wine and carried on he was doing in there. Yeah, I'm talking about you. She supports him through his career. Now it's his turn. He's supporting her. He's just not getting any other credit for the support, right? It's a symbiotic thing. Like, she supported him, right, enough to where his notoriety is now taken off in a way for her, right? But she also has to kind of like give him credit in all of that. And he has to give her credit. Like, he has to say, yeah, babe, you did that. And she has to be the one to come back with we did that, you know? I don't have all the answers. I'm getting out of here, you guys. who shall not be named, is a rest to go. So thank you guys so much for joining me. I love each and every one of you. Thank you once again so much. You got everybody who was in the chat. You guys made it so entertaining and fun to do. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. This was good. Have a beautiful night. You all definitely. Thank you, Amber. You all have a beautiful night as well. Bye.